G'day folks, Jason from the Udder Farm. I'm actually on the trial property this afternoon. What I want to talk about today is warts. Not just one or two warts. I've got two cars behind me. They've got an infestation of warts and they've become a bit of a nuisance, so I just don't want to leave them there. So I've done research online and I've come up with a remedy. The remedy's from Pat Coleby. She writes a lot of animal care books. So what I want to do is give that a run and see if I can get rid of the warts. So I went out and done my due diligence. They're saying that warts can occur anywhere on an animal, though generally it's around the eyelids, the sheath and the udder. In fact, anywhere where there's no hair. They're saying also it's not fatal, but it can be a nuisance, and in this case it is, because it's an infestation. I'll show you when I get them in the chute. And apparently it's a virus, and it's only really interested in magnesium deficient hosts. And they're also saying that a little bit of dolomite in any form whatsoever will halt the progress. So I've got dolomite in my mineral feeder, but that's only been in service and into the cows for 4 days, so they haven't touched the dolomite portion. So I don't want to wait any longer because I've got to take them back at the Udder Farm in a few days time, so I want to treat them now. So as for the remedy, Pat suggests using magnesium orotate. So we got magnesium orotate just bought over the counter at the chemist. So this is for human consumption. They come in 400 milligram capsules. And Pat says to use 4,000 milligrams per day. So we're going to use 10 capsules, cut them open and dissolve them in water. And she also suggests using vitamin C, but we couldn't find anywhere, it's not on the packet, we couldn't find anywhere the dose rate for cattle for vitamin C. So I found out on the dose rate of horses, and it was half a teaspoon for horses less than 450 kilograms. And for over 450 kilograms, they suggest using 1 teaspoon. So the calves I got, they wouldn't be 450 kilos. So there's one 18 months old, so we may give him a full teaspoon, give him a full hit because he's the worst. But the other one's only 9 months old, so we'll give him half a teaspoon. I'm not quite sure of the milligrams in the vitamin C, but I know the kilogram in weight, so I'm not going to quote the milligram, how much is in half a teaspoon, because I'm only going to be guessing because I couldn't remember that. I did see it, but I can't remember. So righto guys, we'll get into and mix this up and we'll bring them in. We're going to drench them just through orally, just through the mouth, so we'll get into it. So when it comes to the mixing side of things, we're going to use warm water. That way the tablets and the vitamin C will dissolve, because it won't dissolve obviously in cold water. Warm water, not boiling, just lukewarm water. So what we're going to do is we'll mix it and then we'll put it in. What we'll do an update video once we get on top of the warts, and we'll do a follow-up video before and after, and we'll let you know how many consecutive days it took before we notice the warts starting to clear and drop off. So we'll get into the mixing. So I'm going to break the capsules into it first. They should just pull apart. I'm going to do 2 separate mixes because obviously I've got vitamin C for the 18 months is going to be a full teaspoon and half a teaspoon for the 9-month-old. So that's why I've got these 2 containers and the tablet separated. We've mixed the 10 capsules in this one and the 1 teaspoon of vitamin C. We've done the 10 capsules of magnesium orotate in here. Now this one here is going to have half a teaspoon for the 9-month-old, so we'll get that out and we'll mix that in. So tip it in there, and all we did, just use the top of the spoon and just mix that in. So we'll mix this in, then we'll end up we'll bring the cattle into the crush, and then we'll do the drenching.
Hello darling. So you got a bit of a problem, haven't you, sweetie?
So as you can see, this is the worst of the two of them. It's there behind his horns, top of his ears. Also, if you have a look, it's down there on his brisket and scattered around his face, above his eyes. So all I'm going to do is just give it a quick stir because there's a few granules left. Let's make that now. I'll just siphon it up, just trigger it in, and just suck it all up with the drencher. Might do that again, a bit more in there, stir it up a bit. Give it a stir. That's better. Put him in the crush and we'll give him a drench. Head up. Good boy. Use tongue. Good boy. Good boy. When you're drenching it, just make sure that he swallows it all before you let go. You don't want him spitting it out. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. So this is the 9-month-old. As you can see, he's not too bad. There's a little bit behind his top of his head. So when you're going to drench, guys, make sure you lift their head up high. That way it goes down the back of the throat. You want to be putting the drencher down on the back of their tongue in the throat area and hold it there. Don't let it go until after you've seen their tongue swallow it, because if you let them go and their head comes down, they will spit it out. All right, little fella. So there's his tongue, and you just down the back of the tongue and just give it a squeeze. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. And that's it. So he swallowed it now, so I can happily let him go. And we're getting out the crush. Come on, little fella. Out you go. Good boy. Good boy. So we'll keep you guys updated on how that all went down the track. We'll give you an update on the warts and if they fell off. So we've just moved them down into the cell now. So they'll spend the rest of the day here in the evening, and I'll move them again in the morning. So have a good morning, have a terrific afternoon, and an awesome evening, guys, wherever you're watching this from, and we'll catch you later.